But I checked and there's not a tornado warning. So hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Not like Gare. It ever stops you. I'm like, where'd she go?
Well, the trio is back. It has been, I don't know how many weeks it's been for the listeners because we recorded a bunch of kind of like a month ago. But for us, we kind of haven't talked in like this way in like 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah. Virtually face to face. So we have lots to catch up on because Gare was basically a celebrity in Montreal.
Yeah, I went to the Montreal Mystery Festival. This was their second year doing it, and they asked me to moderate a panel, and I've like not good with public speaking, and I've never moderated before. I've never even been to like a book event other than like a book signing, but oh my god, it was so much fun. They had some amazing authors there. Hank Philippi Ryan was there, Vanessa Lilly, Katie Tallow was there, Nina Lauren. There were just so many. And it was like really fun. It was really, really like a fun experience in Montreal too. But I got to hang out with some bookish friends. I moderated a panel, which I was very nervous about public speaking, but I powered through.
You did it.
And I will be back next year.
Yay.
So it was basically just like a bunch of like bookworms getting together, listening to people talk about writing books, buying books, having books signed, and then like eating all of the poutine that we could find in Montreal, which was amazing. Like I think that's like I got there Thursday evening, and I was there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I left Sunday, and I think all I had was like poutine and pizza.
Yes.
And I was like, this is my diet now. This is my diet now.
So is it mostly for like authors to bounce ideas off each other and learn from each other, or is it more like readers listening to authors talk, or both?
God, I would say like a little bit of both. So it's basically like, when you go to like Murder by the Book in Houston has a ton of them, but like, when you go to like some of the like release parties and there might be another author that's like talking to the author before they do the book signing, they're kind of like that. So like every panel has like a theme. So like Vanessa Lilly and Lisa Kussel and a couple other authors were on like Slay Detectives, and it was like queer mysteries. Mine was like the relationships between like mothers and daughters in books. So like you kind of talk about like, you hear them talk about their writing process and like why they enjoy thrillers, and like they talk like a little bit about like their like most recent release and like how it connects to like the theme of like whatever the panel is. But it's just like kind of stuff like that. And at the end of them, they all have like Q&As for the audience.
Nice.
So it was like really interesting to hear like not only their conversation, but sometimes they would piggyback off from like other panels, and like be like, oh, well, they were talking about the difference between like people who plot and like what they call like a pantser, which is like somebody who just like writes as they go and they don't really plot things out. There was a lot of discussions about like how people don't care who you kill in a book as long as it's not like an animal.
Yes.
Which I was like all for.
Yes.
And yeah, it was just like really fun. And then like obviously there's like a meet and greet the night before the panel start, and then there's like a celebratory party like at the end on Saturday night. But it was like so much fun.
Sounds fun.
It was like I was nervous because I drove, and like Montreal at like 5:30, 6 o'clock at night on a Thursday is not fun.
Yeah.
So, and it was like pouring down rain. So I basically checked into my hotel around like 6:30 and like booked it to like the meet and greet. And I walk in and I see all of these faces that I recognize from Instagram, like Hannah Mary McKinnon, Hank Philippi Ryan. I met like Sanika and Candace, and I was like, oh my God. But like having authors come up to you and be like, oh my God, I'm so glad you're here. Like, it's so great to meet you. I was like, no. Like, I'm here to meet you. You know, like, you're like my like celebrity. So it was just like a really like humbling experience to be like in a room with a bunch of people that you admire who also like admire like your work. Like Sherry Lapina was like, I am so happy that like we met because like I've been wanting to meet you for years and years and it just like hasn't been able to happen.
That's
and
so
we took
sweet.
like a selfie. But it was fun. So like if you're ever in the Montreal area or like you want to do it, it's definitely one that I recommend. I think it's like a less like it's like a more like quaint version of like Thriller Fest, I would imagine. Like it's not like as like booked and busy, but it's really really fun.
Was there something that was talked about at a panel or like outside of it that was like a surprise to you or like a memorable thing that you either just like heard about or learned?
I think just like being able to hear, so like what I like took away that was most surprising to me is, you know how you read a book and you're like, oh, this is definitely somebody who like had to plot every single detail, and then you like read some and like they take you in so many different directions that like you like you're like, oh, like I can see if this person like wrote this like as they were going. I felt like everything was the opposite, right? So like the authors that I thought would be plotters were pantsers, and the authors that I thought would be pantsers were like major plotters.
Oh, interesting.
So there was that, and then there was one panel that had Clemence Michelin from who wrote The Quiet Tenant from The Quiet Tenant. She was on a panel with Samantha M. Bailey, and like Samantha M. Bailey was like, I'm gonna read your book and like I'm terrified of serial killers, but like now I'm so invested in like wanting to read The Quiet Tenant. Oh. And that was interesting to me because I'm like, they're still like human, you know, like authors who like, we always like talk about how like thriller authors are like the kindest people that write like the darkest shit. And I'm like, Samantha M. Bailey wrote literally some pretty dark books, you know, and she's afraid of like serial killer thrillers, but like she's gonna like she's gonna like face her fear. So like there was like a lot of things like that. And some of like the writing, like Will Dean was one of the authors there, and he was like basically like he like dreams his characters. So like he's like, I just have a dream and like this woman is like in this situation, and then like I start like writing it, and like basically like they're all like dreams or like they're things that he like thinks about like as he's like falling asleep. And I thought that was really interesting.
That's what Jennifer McMahon says.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like
it's so wild. Yeah.
Anytime I have like a good idea, I swear to God, it's like when I'm trying to like fall asleep, and I'm just like, and then I get like obsessed with it, and it's locked in.
Yeah.
So it was really fun. It was really fun. I can't wait to go back next year. But I know I'm just like,
I need to get my passport updated so that I can come next year.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It would be so much fun. It was like busy though. Like I was like getting up at like 8:30 and like taking off and then like getting home back to my hotel at like 11:30, 12 o'clock, like all 3 nights. But like you're just like running around with like books and like hanging out with authors and like hanging out with like other like readers and like everybody. It's just like a big like family almost. Yeah. Like everybody's like, let's take pictures, and like, you know, most everyone was like really fun.
Well, it's like you naturally have at least something in common with everybody, you know, like we love the same types of books. So which is cool.
And like for a lot of readers who are like introverted, it was like interesting to me to like run into people who were like, I have no problem introducing myself to like another reader and being like, oh, I know you from Instagram and like stuff like that. So like I definitely like met like a lot of new people, or it was like very interesting to be like, oh my God, here's somebody that I've been following for years who like I have never met before, but like I have DM'd, or like I met Sanika from the Reading Beauty and I met Candace, and I've talked to them for years and years and years, and it was honestly like we did everything together like the whole time that I was there, and like I felt like it wasn't my first time hanging out with them. Like I felt like we were just like old friends that like were getting together for like a reunion or something, and like the conversations and everything just like flowed so naturally, and like we had like such a good time. I met a woman named Erin who's like girl well read, and I could have swore that like we had been friends for like years and years, like the four of us like hanging out and doing everything that we could together and like being around one another. It was just like these are like people that I'll have in my life for like a very long time, if not forever, unless they like take off, you know, and they're like, oh, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. But
I don't think that
time has expired.
But yeah, it just felt like a bookish like
reunion
retreat almost. Like, you know, when you go to like, you know, when you go to like, you're like, oh, I need a break from like life, and you go and like get like a massage and like you just have like a hotel and like food and everything. It just like felt one of those, but I came home with like 15 bucks.
Yes, that's amazing.
Yeah,
another good reason to drive.
That's the reason I drove, because I brought like 10 books with me to be signed, like at the signings after. But then like obviously I went to like the big Indigo when I was there, and I bought like 5 more books, and then like, you know how like I'm obsessed with like different covers, so like the Blood Sisters by Vanessa Lilly paperback is different than the arc that I have.
Yep.
So I bought that and I was like, okay, well, here I am, you know. But yeah, it was really fun, and I definitely recommend.
Sounds so fun.
Yeah, I miss it. I was actually like, I've never felt this way on like a vacation, but like usually like on day 3 or 4 or whenever I leave, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of ready to go home. Like I've done everything like I need to do. Like I want to hang out with my dog, whatever. And like when I woke up Sunday and I was like packing up and everything, I was like, I just wish we had like one more day.
Yeah.
Like even as like busy as it is, and like as much as you're like running around with like a chicken with your head cut off, I was like, I just don't want to go. I'm not ready to go home yet.
Oh, that's really nice.
But Murphy was like freaking his freak when I got home. He was like crying and like spinning all around in circles, so it was worth it.
That's
missed
cute.
you.
Yeah,
that's really cute.
So that's my Montreal mystery.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
I love it. That was my favorite part. Now that I've gone to a few in-person events, is what you were saying. Like, you don't feel introverted when you're with a bunch of like other introverts, and it's
Not
just
one bit.
easier.
Not one bit. And even like public speaking, like I was like nervous when I was like doing my panel, and like after like when I got done, like one of the people that runs that like the Montreal Mystery Festival, she was like, would you come back next year? And I was like, yeah, absolutely freaking right, I would. Yeah, like I don't care how nervous I am about public speaking, I will come and like do this every year. Yeah, the rest of my life. It's just like something to look forward to as well. Totally, you know. It's not like one of those vacations where you're like, oh, I have to go like be somewhere with a bunch of strangers. Like you're just like, here's me and all my book friends and authors. And good food.
Yes. Food makes a big difference.
Hell yeah.
It sure does.
Well, I don't have anything cool like that I did. No. I was trying to I don't even know what I've really done in the last 3 weeks. But you have a show that you're obsessed with, Gare, that you recently found, right?
Overcompensating.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet. Damn.
Oh, I still haven't my God. I'm ready for round 2. Like I'm ready to like watch it again. It's like
to rewatch, yeah. I
just can't get enough of it. It gives me the same feelings that I got when I watched like The Sex Lives of College Girls. But it's like it's like a guy who's like questioning his sexuality in college, where like he can finally like be who he wants to be or like explore things, and it's just like he meets like all of these like new people, and there's like it deals with like self-image and like how you want to appear but like how you really are. And there was just like the comedy in it is so good. So
yeah,
I'm obsessed with Connie Britton's in it too.
oh yeah,
I like
Connie
her.
Britton's in it, and I was like, sign me up. She's so funny.
She
She's
is.
so good in it. But I'm just like, I can't get enough of it. I can't get enough. It was a nice break too, because all I've been watching is like the cheesy like Lifetime movies on Tubi.
That was not what I was expecting. What? That's amazing.
Yeah, we started watching Poker Face season 2 is airing right now, and I just love it so much. If you're an author, chances are high that you just want to spend your time writing and maybe reading, not thinking about social media, what to create and what to post. And the good news is I have a solution for you. With just 3 hours of in-person filming, you can receive 90 days or 3 months worth of social media content. The content is a mixture of videos, photos, edited reels, and when you receive the content, you also receive a PDF that's a content calendar that links to all of the content, tells you exactly when to post it, and gives you an option for captions. And if you've ever felt like you're tired of just talking about your book all the time, we will help you come up with ideas that are general content for your page that's not just all about your books. If you are tired of thinking about your social media presence and just want to get back to writing, check out the link in the description. It is just so uniquely fun. And it just has like, it's its own, well, I mean, it's kind of an homage to like 70s whodunits or whydunits almost. So you get this like plot structure of like you spend the first third in like a new town with a new character kind of in the lead up to a murder happening, and then Natasha Lyonne's character in the second act you see how she was there the whole time, and then in the third act she solves it, and it's just like it's so fun. They have it, and it's the writer and producer Ryan Johnson is also who writes and produces all of the Knives Out. So,
oh yeah,
imagine that tone. Like it's like really funny whodunits too. Like it's I just love it so much. But it's airing weekly right now. So
ooh, I'm surprised you're watching it.
I am
know.
too.
I know. I think because they're contained, like there's not much that carries over, and also because Tyler gets so antsy and I'll be like, oh look, there's a new episode of this.
To pacify him.
Yes, I'm like, sit down. I found something to do. Chill out.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, so I loved that. And then when we ran out, it recommended Bad Monkey on Apple TV, which is like so like I'm a year or two late to this. It's like a Vince Vaughn one, where like kind of the same thing though. It's like a comedy where murder's being solved, and it's really good.
Oh,
and based off a Carl Hyacin novel.
Has anyone watched Your Friends and Neighbors yet?
Is that the one with John Hamm?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched it.
Did you like it?
Yes.
I want to watch that next.
Dude, John Hamm's eyebrows are killing me, but I love him so much.
Whose eyebrows?
John Hamm's eyebrows are killing me, but I love him so much.
They're out of control.
They're too much. I want to just trim them really bad.
Love him so much.
He's super sexy. Yeah.
You see it? There's a lot of sex at the beginning.
I just keep seeing there's like a reoccurring clip that I keep seeing on TikTok. My TikTok algorithm right now is like spot on. It is like all dark romance, like funny things from like movies, and then like 4-inch inseam men shorts ads. Because I love wearing short shorts. So I'm like I got my like TV recs, some spicy book recommendations, and ads for my horse shorts.
Hell yeah.
But there's like a thing with like Olivia Munn where she's like shopping for like skincare.
Oh yeah.
And the girl's like, oh, like, do you want this? And she's like, no, I know what I want. Like, and she's like basically like telling this like pushy sales girl to like fuck off because like the only reason I need to buy these things is because someone was murdered in my house.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So I'm very excited to watch that.
I can't, like, it is unfair how insanely attractive Olivia Munn is.
I know, she's so beautiful.
Like,
And she's fucking hilarious.
I know. There's that part too. She is gorgeous.
No, she's
Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Yeah.
She's fucking stunning. Even I know, right? Happy Pride Month, but like I would sleep with Olivia Munn.
Me too. I think is what I'm saying.
I would be anti Pride Month this month. I'd be like, guess who's heterosexual?
She is.
Come home from Montreal straight.
Yes. That's amazing. Oh boy. Yeah, it's good. It's really fun.
It is fun. I think you'd like it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say what I've been watching.
She had it all queued up.
I do not do reality TV, but I fucking love Mormon Wives.
It converted you.
I need to watch this. I keep seeing ads for it, and I want everyone's.
What, you haven't watched it?
Did you see the first season?
No.
Oh.
Honestly, there are some moments where I don't know why. Like,
There's
one
so
of my
much I
friends
wanna
told me to
watch.
try watching like Real Housewives of Salt Lake, and I
You
just
should.
could maybe get like 20 minutes in, and I was like, I'm just not interested.
Yeah.
But like, there's something about these mom talk girls that and then I started watching it again, and like AJ didn't care. I just was like, I just need something mindless right now because I just feel like kind of blah, and I just want to have something on. The episodes are so cringy, but like,
especially the first season, man.
Oh yeah, but it's just like so good.
All the memes that are like, we're witnessing women on reality TV whose frontal lobe hasn't fully developed. Like, that's part of what makes it so good, is they're so innocent and they're semi-sheltered, but then they're also not. And they have all these weird, like, they're like 23 years old with like 5 kids. It's just like, there's just so much uniqueness to it. And like, I think the big difference between Real Housewives in Salt Lake City, which still wild, they know what a Housewives franchise is like. All of those women do. These girls had no concept of what to do, and it makes reality TV better.
Yeah, I actually think it's like more interesting that I don't really follow them at all or like do anything in the off season. I just like catch up when I watch it.
Yeah.
Now it's coming up on my algorithm more, but
yeah.
So that was like between that and like the John Hamm show, Hacks, and then like I sometimes weirdly like sports documentaries more than sports, and we watched The Clubhouse with the Red Sox, and I was like crying. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I just
feel the same way though. I'd rather watch a doc.
Me too. I get more invested. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll go to a Red Sox game when they come here. I don't know, but they I'll just watch whatever like is on. Honestly.
Do you guys know that when I was like sheltered little Kate, that I was like a fantasy football geek?
That's hilarious.
You want to talk about like when I look like there's a lot about my childhood, as people have heard, where I look back and I'm like, ugh, that was not me. Like there's a lot of it, and that is one of them. Like I religiously watched every single fucking NFL game that I could. And I beat a bunch of dudes as a
Good for you. See, I think when women get into sports, we're better at it.
I know. And then I got out of the house and I was able to watch fiction TV, and I was like, oh, this is way better.
I'm obsessed with this. Do you know, so at work we used to do like March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And I would beat out people who were like sports enthusiasts who like studied this and like really like took their time. And my 2 ways of picking my teams for March Madness that got me in like second place is I would look up the teams and be like, which of these teams would I rather be locked in a room with, if you know what I mean?
And that worked.
And that would work. Or I would pick based on what colors I liked better and like their jerseys, and like got me to second place.
I
didn't watch a game the whole time. Nope.
That's
just
amazing.
Filled out my bracket, handed in my money, and yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep. My boss was like, how did you do this? I didn't know that you liked basketball. And I was like, I don't like watch. I don't even watch it. I just picked how many guys on each team I would sleep with, and that's how I got it. Happy Pride Month.
Yeah.
Exactly. Clearly, we should have done that as our topic.
Pride Month.
Oh yeah, we have more June ones though. We have 2 more in June.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Yeah.
Did you have an icebreaker, Steph?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
I'm very excited for this.
So I've read 3 books now. 1 was last year and 2 were very recently that I've noticed a pattern that I really like. And I actually think I saw like this as I don't know if like a carousel on Instagram lately of, they said plot devices, but for me, it's just like features or elements in a book that really, that you notice that you love. And like for my example, it's a like sassy grandma. Like I loved in Listen for the Lie, The Paper Palace, and then I just finished a different like kind of just contemporary romance with like, I laugh out loud at the grandma and I'm like, I fucking love sassy grandmas in my books.
Yes. They're aspirational.
Yeah. I'm like, I want to be you and I want to like have no filter.
Like Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's definitely one of mine. I do love that in a book. It's like Listen for the Lie. There was that. I can't remember if you already said that. Something that the first one that just came to mind, and it's because I'm about to read the second one in the series, but Isabella Maldonado and Jeffrey Deaver's Fatal Intrusion that I read last year. I have like the second one coming up, and I like when it's like their agents. When the female main character is like a badass and the male is kind of not.
Like bumbling a little bit.
Yes, like he's literally the bumbling professor. Like he's not an agent and she is, and their dynamic is so fun. And I'm like, oh yeah, I love this dynamic. It's so fun. That's when the guy's like, I'm scared. And she's like shooting over his shoulder.
That's cool.
That's a random one.
I think mine is going to be no surprise.
I have no idea what it's going to be.
Mine is going to be no surprise, but I think mine are like unapologetically bitchy characters.
Oh, yeah.
Like cool. I love when like, even if like I don't, unlikable, like kiss my ass.
I know.
But like I just like love, like I was reading The Shadow Girls by Nina Lauren, and that deals with like ballerinas. Oh. Like 16 to 17-year-old ballerinas who are just like fuck off or like drop dead to like one another, and it just makes me like laugh out loud when like people are just like unapologetically like bitchy and like they don't care, like when they're like, oh, like you missed your like beat or whatever, your step here, and they're like, go to fucking hell. Like drop dead, I fucking hate you. And I just like, it's something about it, like even though it's supposed to like showcase how they just like are supposed to be people that you don't mess with, it just like cracks me up. Like dialogue like that where like somebody is just like, I don't care how mean I am to people, like screw you, especially if it's a woman to a man, just makes my heart grow fonder for them.
Oh my God. I felt that way about the new Megan Lally book.
Yes.
That's how I felt about that one.
Yeah.
Like delightfully bitchy, I called it.
Yeah.
I just loved it so much.
Yeah. That's what we were like talking about. Cause Nina Lauren was on my panel for the Montreal Mystery Festival. And like, we were talking about how like every character in that book was like scary because like there's like a momager who's like really bitchy, and then there's all these ballerinas, and like all the ballerinas are like not very nice. Like kind of scary. And I was like, I just like was reading your dialogue out loud but like dying because I was like, I don't even think as a 38-year-old that I could pull off some of the things that they say because they were so good at being like, fuck off, Paul. They're like, and they're like tutus.
I feel like ballerina is the perfect demographic for that too.
Yeah. Yeah. And she said that she went to like some like school or like whatever and met like a bunch, and she was like, they are like made of steel, like physically and emotionally, because they have to just be like as tough as they can.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, that's freaking crazy. But like, yeah.
That also reminds me of like #FashionVictim by Amina Akhtar.
Yes.
That was so bitchy. I love that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Or like, oh my God, what is it? It's the Taylor Swift song. Look What You Made Me Do by Elaine Murphy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
With like the one serial killer sister. And she's like, oh my God, like take a fucking chill pill. Basically anybody who Emma Roberts would play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Like Emma Roberts in American Horror Story or Scream Queens. I loved her in Scream Queens.
Mm-hmm.
Like anything that Emma Roberts would play where she just like is oblivious and mean.
She's so good at that.
Yeah, so good.
So good.
I'm like, when is there going to be a show about a gay guy who can act like Emma Roberts in American Horror Story? Because that would be my starring role.
We need to find this show.
Mm-hmm.
Or a writer for it.
Overcompensating season 2.
There you go.
I am praying. I am praying.
Well, we're going to talk about some of our favorites from the first half of the year.
What, Gare?
Or Gare has something else to say.
It's not even like an icebreaker. I just want to know. I just have a quick question for you guys because I found out something on Goodreads recently, and I did not know this was a feature. And you guys spend more time on Goodreads than me. Did you know that there's an option when you click on the details of a book, it'll tell you where it's set?
Sometimes, but I don't always see it.
That's been my experience.
I'm noticing it lately with all these things I looked up because, okay, Kate's going to get mad at me, but I was trying to figure out what to finish or what to read after I finished the new Peter Swanson book, which I freaking loved, by the way. And I was looking up We Used to Live Here on Goodreads. And I saw that it was like setting Oregon. And I was like, oh my God, I've never seen that before. But naturally, I went to a prison romance instead.
So that's why I'm going to get mad at you.
But like, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that they did that. And then I started looking up a bunch of books on my like TBR and was like,
But does it just say it like, so I'm looking at right now the Shadow Girls because you were talking about it. Mm-hmm. And I don't see it. Granted, I'm on desktop, but it's like there's this edition and then there's more information with like book statistics, and I just am not seeing it. So like when you see it for We Used to Live Here, like what heading is it under? Because I've seen it before and noticed it and liked it, but I don't know where.
So you know where it says like publish date, publisher, and the ISBN number, and then like the editions and the language?
Yeah.
It's there. So like when you go to like book details.
Got it.
When I'm on desktop, it's underneath the published date. So like the 3 that I have pulled up to talk about, only one of them has it, but it's like right underneath the published date on desktop.
I wish sometimes with Goodreads that you could like ask or like click something that you could add information, because like on other sites you can kind of say like there's missing information here. Granted, I know Goodreads is like really huge, but
yeah, I just noticed it and I was like, I like that. That's cool.
It is cool.
I also have a question.
Oh, go on.
I want to know your opinion on this. Do you ever like scroll on TikTok and it's like, if you like this show, you should read this book. And then it's like, it shows like a slide of like 5 books or whatever. Or like, oh, like if you're looking for the next like Pretty Girls, like here's some 5 books and it's like 5 slides or whatever. So I noticed I found this account and it kept recommending for like a lot of books that I like and a lot of TV shows I like. It started recommending this book. And I'm not going to say the name of the book in case my theory is correct. But I noticed like I'd never heard of this book before, but I had heard about all of the other very popular titles in this slide. Oh. So I looked it up on Goodreads and it has like 200 reviews maybe. And I'm like, it's very interesting that this account is posting about this book every slide. Like, if you like Pretty Girls, if you like True Detective, if you like X, Y, and Z, and it's always like something very popular to draw you in. And this book that I've never heard of is always recommended. And the TikTok account is like something about like thriller reads or thriller books or something.
I think I know the account you're talking about once you said that a book keeps showing up and you're like,
And it has only 200 reviews. So I'm like, my question is, my assumption is I think that this is not a TikTok under the author's name.
That's the vibe I got.
But it is like a book account that just keeps recommending this one book and not saying I'm the author of this book. Do you think that that's like sneaky in a bad way, or do you think it's just like good publicity?
That is a good question, because I had the same gut feeling. It's got to be the same account. Is it always like an over, like it's a top down?
I'll just show it to you if you want.
Oh, okay. No, so there's another one doing that, I think, because I always see one from a top down angle. I can't decide, because I've also heard some authors talk about how they feel like some authors think you can't leave reviews once you become an author, which is like a whole other weird thing where I'm like, I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. Like, you're still allowed to have opinions even if you've published your own book. So I don't know where I fall on that, but this one's kind of the same, where it's like, it's not like they're not like defrauding anyone by like doing this, but it does feel deceitful. So like, it doesn't make me trust you either.
Right. Like sometimes if I am like scrolling through or something and I see somebody being like, oh my God, like I just finished this book. It gave me True Detective vibes, or it gave me Pretty Girl vibes or whatever. And they're like, these are what I recommend. Like I'm like, oh, okay, like this is from somebody who like is an avid reader. But like I just feel like because it doesn't list the author's name and because it is like comparing to all of these very popular books to like draw people in, but not saying like, oh, this is my book, I just feel like it's kind of like turning me off from ever wanting to read it, because I just feel like it's like, I don't know. I see like so many other authors on like TikTok and everything, and like I almost take those reviews more seriously sometimes, because like if there's an author that I really really like Darby Kane does this, like where she like every Saturday will post a book that she's pre-ordered that she's excited for, and I like her recommendations because I like her books,
right?
So like
Jodi Picoult does that on TikTok too.
Yeah,
she's like so good like with that.
I just think like if you're an author and you read a book by somebody that you don't like, just don't talk about it. But if you read a book by somebody that you love, you should be allowed to like review it, you know?
I agree.
So I just felt like I was like, this seems like very like sneaky to me, but like not in like I'm gonna promote my book in like unique and creative way, just like more in like I'm trying to trick people into buying my book.
I know, I agree,
because
I don't think I would approach it that way.
No, and it just makes me like, because I kept seeing the book and I was like, oh, I've never heard of that one, but I've heard of these other four. But then like it just keeps showing up all the time and all the time and all the time, and I'm like, something fishy's going on here. You know,
it just seems like a lot of work to have like an extra account, and I'm kind of like, I feel like I would just roll my eyes and like try to.
Yeah, I'd much rather have somebody who like handles their publicity like and their marketing or whatever, like Emma Dews, who wrote Return to Midnight.
Yeah,
I love when she's like, if you like Black Swan and Scream or whatever, like, are you looking for your next read that like has like toxic ballerina? Like hers are like very unique, but like it's obviously like from her account, and that's why that's why I bought that book, you know,
just
like
own it. Yeah,
like that's why I bought it. But like if it was like a random like thriller account that was like, this is like Black Swan meets Scream and like I love it and da 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 da, and it was like her behind the account but like not stating it was her, I'd be like, that's sketchy.
Yeah, I don't know, it just seems like, why? It seems pointless. I don't know, it's just like, I don't exhausting. Get it. And if it's gonna be like your best friend or something, just be like, this is my best friend's book and it reminds me of this really good show. Like,
yeah,
it just seems weird.
It is.
Unless truly you're like, these are my favorite books and I love this book and I recommend it all the time and it's underhyped, then also say that, like, this book is so underhyped and I'm gonna include it as much as I can.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
Oh,
very weird.
Book content.
It's just like unnecessarily strange.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm just like, something in the buttermilk ain't clean.
Yeah.
That's what my girl Phaedra says on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh my gosh, I need to watch it.
I'm so behind. I'm behind like years and years of Atlanta. I just got really burnt out from like Housewives.
Yeah, I don't watch as much reality TV lately, except for the Mormon Wives.
Be my next one.
So we are going to talk about some of our favorites since we're halfway through 2025. Favorites of the first half.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well, my first one we all loved. And it's Don't Tell Me How to Die by Marshall Karp.
Nice.
I just loved it.
Gare's like, I had that one.
Oh no. Okay. Well,
it's okay. It's okay.
Hopefully I don't steal any
Sucks
others.
to not go first.
You're not wrong.
Sucks that you're not next.
But yeah, he was on the podcast too. So if this sounds good and you guys want to, he's hilarious too. Gare and I interviewed him together. He's just so funny. But yeah, Don't Tell Me How to Die. I had it all: a fantastic husband, 2 great kids, an exciting career. And then at the age of 43, I found out I would be dead before my next birthday. My mother also died at 43. I was 17, and she warned me that women would flock to my suddenly single father like stray cats to an overturned milk truck. They did, and one absolutely evil woman practically destroyed his life, mine, and my sister's. I am not letting that happen to my family. I have 3 months, and I plan to spend every waking minute searching for the perfect woman to take my place as Alex's wife and mother to Kevin and Katie. You're probably thinking, she'll never do it. Did I mention in high school I was voted most likely to kill someone to get what she wants? Yeah, and I just have to be very vague about it because there's all kinds of cool things that come together. But it's very like emotional. It's like very character driven. You get to really know the characters. The dialogue is snarky and fun and punchy. Between the sisters, especially. And yeah, I just loved it.
I love that one so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I love him.
I do too.
Very genre bendy, universally recommendable, very good on audio. So all those peeps out there.
Mm-hmm. God, that was good.
So good.
So good.
I need like a high like that. Like chasing like a high.
Yes.
Feel that.
I'm still looking for my We Used to Live Here high.
I know.
I still haven't found one. It's okay.
It's just hard when you love a book to get some comps.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking hard.
He has a new book coming out in 2026.
The Caretaker.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
It's in the same world.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. Really?
Different characters, same universe.
So there's going to be some Easter eggs for sure.
And I think he has an idea for 3.
Cool.
In the same, like I think there'll be one more if I remember correctly. I have to go watch my video about it.
I bet they're going to be people from the bar, like the restaurant bar.
Yeah.
What bar?
The family runs a bar.
No, not Marshall Karp.
Oh, wait, who are you talking about?
We Used to Live Here.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. His name's Marcus, so it's close to Marshall.
Hello.
Oh, Marcus. I need to. Steph, have you read We Used to Live Here?
No, I haven't, but I just had another person that I know finish it and adore it.
I know. There's so much. I just want to read like 4 different genres right now, like at the same time.
Same, except
so
I don't know. I just want to read.
Yeah, I just want to read all the time. Yeah. Another good thing about Montreal is I came back and I was like, I will never have a reading slump ever again.
I bet.
Well, speaking of books that we all loved, my first pick is This Book Will Bury Me by Ashley Winstead.
Yes.
I
hope I stole this from somebody.
You did. But it makes my day easier.
Who's laughing now?
No. It makes my choices easier. So good.
I have 8 books on my bed, so if anybody likes,
I know it was down.
We're
on
really
my
not
because I was like, someone will pick it.
We're really not competing.
No.
We just like to hee.
Yes.
So this book will bury me by Ashley Winstead. Probably this is easily my top 3. Like my ones that I have right here are my top 3. I cannot stop thinking about this book. I still think about it often. I still bully people into reading it. I'm a pusher. So after the unexpected death of her father, college student Jane Sharp longs for a distraction from her grief. She becomes obsessed with the morbid world of true crime, befriending armchair detectives who teach her how to hunt killers from afar. In this dark internet underground, Jane finds friendship, purpose, and even glory. When the shocking deaths of 3 college students in Delphine... Is it Delphine or Delphine?
I think Delphine.
Delphine. Is it real?
I don't know.
I actually listened to a true crime something about... Isn't there something called like the Delphine 5 or there's like a crime about that, but I think it's in a different place. I'm not sure. I thought it was Delphine.
Okay, so when shocking deaths of 3 college students in Delphine, Idaho capture the world's imagination, Jane and her friends are determined to beat everyone racing to solve the case. But the murders turn out to be stranger than anyone expected. Details don't add up, the police are cagey, and there seems to be more media hype and internet theorizing than actual evidence. When Jane and her sleuths get closer, every answer only begs new questions. They begin to suspect their killer may be smarter and more prolific than anything they faced before. Placing themselves in the center of the story starts to feel more and more like walking into a trap. Told 1 year after the astounding events that concluded the case and left the world reeling, Jane's searing confession of what really happened during the Delphine massacres, including details that change everything the world thinks it knows, will either save her from being misjudged by history or be her own final undoing.
So good.
Yeah.
So emotional. I love the floppiness of the paperback arc. It is just like that is if I had to read physical books, I would need all of them to be like that.
I love a floppy paperback.
Yeah. Not Steph.
If I'm gonna read a paperback though, I want it to be floppy so it doesn't get like bent. Yeah. So I agree.
I thought of you yesterday because I was reading a physical copy of the new Peter Swanson and I didn't get an arc of it. I got like a hardcover and I was like, oh, I don't know how Steph does this. Like I was like loving the book, but like the jacket was like flying all over and I was like trying to like
it off. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how she does this. This is
crazy. The jacket is no bueno.
Crazy.
Yeah, that book is so freaking good. And it's like long, but it's so much like typed dialogue, so it goes so fast.
It's also, I think, probably my favorite cover of 2025.
Ooh, it's so good.
Like obsessed.
So two segues here. One is it has a snarky grandma. 2, it's a high I'm chasing and probably will chase for a little bit. And also, Gare got me to read it, was The Paper Palace. So it's a backlist. I know. You guys, I was...
Speaking of book bully!
I was giggling at the grandma. I was giggling at other people. So I had no idea that this would be such a hit for me. I've like seen it around and then I was like, holy shit. So, it's from 2021. Before anyone else is awake, on a perfect August morning, Elle Bishop heads out for a swim in the freshwater pond below. The Paper Palace is the name of the place. The gently decaying set of cabins in the backwoods of Cape Cod, where her family has spent every summer for generations. As she passes the house, Elle glances through the screen porch at the uncleared table from the dinner the previous evening. Empty wine glasses, candle wax on the tablecloth, echoes of laughter of family and friends. Then she dives beneath the surface of the pond and recalls what else happened last night. The secret, passionate encounter with her childhood soulmate out behind the house as Elle's husband and mother chatted to the guests inside. So begins a story that unfolds over 24 hours and across 50 years, as decades of family legacies, love, lies, secrets, and one unspeakable incident from her childhood lead Elle to the precipice of a life-changing decision. Over the course of this day, Elle will have to decide between the world she has made with her much-loved husband Peter and the life she has always imagined would be hers with her childhood love Jonas. If a tragic event had not forever changed the course of their lives. That was a really bad reading end, the way I like toned that.
I think it was okay.
Anyway, I noticed that the next piece was just like kind of marketing sounding. I have learned that like, you know how like you see so many reviews of like, I just feel like the characters needed more depth. And like, I think I never really noticed until recently. I've noticed that in other books where I'm like, I didn't even really get to know this person at all. And I think I love this book so much because it's like almost all memories. Like you get to completely know who these people or who the main character is because it's like a lot of flashbacks.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That was really good.
Did you also find that like some of the memories and like a backstory was like very much like a thriller?
There was some dark shit. And like yeah.
And like the pacing of like that backstory reminded me of like a thriller.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, what the fuck is gonna happen?
Oh, I agree. There's definitely some mystery and
yeah.
I agree.
It's so good.
Man,
Chasing the High.
I've got to read it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's really good. Definitely like I think I've realized that I love a good family drama that kind of has like some of the elements of it's not a thriller, but like if you're a thriller reader, you'll still really enjoy it. But then it has these little like snarky characters that like add so much. And I wish there was like I don't know. I think Goodreads does an okay job, but also like recommends just like the popular books right now. And I think Storygraph is like getting there, but isn't there. And so I'm like, what can recommend?
I know.
Comps. Like I struggle so much when I find a hit and I cannot find comps.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
We will have to just have such great recommendations.
I know, man. If anyone wants to bitch about that with me, hop in my DMs.
Yeah, if anyone has some. I wanted to interrupt this episode really quickly. I have a goal of monetizing Bookwild, but I would love to do it without having to have ads in the podcast. And one way that I can do that is through my Patreon community. For those who don't know, Patreon is a community platform that allows creators to share what they're creating behind a paywall. And so that means exclusive content or early releases. The Bookwild Patreon has 2 tiers. The first tier is the bookish tier, and at that tier you get all of the episodes out a day early, and you get access to our private community chat where we can talk about anything book related or TV shows or movies. The second tier is the Bookwild tier, and it includes everything from the first tier but also Bookwild's backlist book club. So this year I've been wanting to also still read more backlist, even though I read plenty of arcs, and Bookwild's backlist book club felt like the perfect way to do that. We meet on Sundays. We are international right now, so Sundays are the best way to do it. And we meet on Zoom and we all pick a book and we talk about it, and then we talk about everything else we read during the month, and then we pick another book for the next month. So it's been so much fun so far, and we'd love to have you join the book club. So if you'd like to support the Bookwild podcast, you can go to the Patreon link in the show notes and you can sign up for whichever tier interests you. And if you're looking for a free way to support the show, if you can like and review it on whichever platform you listen to, that helps so much. Well, I do not have a segue because mine is quite different. But the next one that stood out to me, I love this one so much, is Julie Chan is Dead by Leanne Zhang. So fun.
I have that on hold at the library.
Come on, library. Julie Chan has nothing. Her twin sister has everything except a pulse. Julie Chan, a supermarket cashier with nothing to lose, finds herself thrust into the glamorous yet perilous world of her late twin sister, Chloe Van Heusen, a popular influencer. Separated at a young age, the identical twins were polar opposites and rarely spoke, except for one viral video that Chloe initiated. Finding my long-lost twin and buying her a house. #emotional. When Julie discovers Chloe's lifeless body under mysterious circumstances, she seizes the chance to live the life she's always envied. Transforming into Chloe is easier than expected. Julie effortlessly adopts Chloe's luxurious influencer life, complete with designer clothes, a meticulous skincare routine, and millions of adoring followers. However, Julie soon realizes that Chloe's seemingly picture-perfect life was anything but. Haunted by Chloe's untimely death and struggling to fit into the privileged influencer circle, Julie faces mounting challenges during a week-long island retreat with Chloe's exclusive group of influencer friends. As events spiral out of control, Julie uncovers the sinister forces that may have led to her sister's demise and realizes she might be the next target. Literally, the tone, the voice alone is a reason to read this one. Like, so sardonic and satirical and amazing. And Leanne was also very cool to talk with. So, yeah.
I also love, I don't know, this is kind of circling back to what Steph was talking about with the icebreaker, is there's something about somebody who doesn't have a lot in their life infiltrating somebody else's world and all of a sudden having access to all of this stuff that is so entertaining for me to read.
Same.
Somebody who's getting PR packages of all of this skincare and clothes and has all of this high-tech stuff. I don't know, I was just I think that was my favorite part of the book. I was just oh my god, living vicariously. I would have never gotten caught. I would have been
not me,
in my element. You want to give me free shit and have me be in this little penthouse or whatever, just get me a golden doodle and I'm set. I'll keep my mouth shut until the day I die. I'll never speak again.
I agree. I could totally live that life.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Can we pause for just a second? I think someone's coming home and I just want to make sure it's quiet.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. I am could not be more comfortable and relaxed right now.
I was just telling Tyler I should look at getting a setup where I could sit on the couch because it would be so comfy.
Oh my god. I love when I see the YouTube or TikTok clips of people recording their podcasts and they're in super plush chairs, in really comfy clothes.
Yes. It's a vibe.
It is such a vibe.
Comfort is the most important.
Oh my god. I wore jeans in Montreal and I was ooh. The only thing I did not like about Montreal was wearing jeans. Pants. I was oh my god.
I definitely haven't worn jeans in a while.
I was it wasn't chill enough for me to wear joggers.
Yeah.
Which is normally what I would wear when I run errands or whatever. But I was oh my god, I have to wear jeans. I don't even like full pants. Oh, she's back.
Hi, back. Were you talking about it in Montreal?
Yeah.
Yes.
I did see you wearing jeans.
I was oh my god, jeans. What the hell?
I'm hoping I can pull off joggers and leggings for Thriller
I think
Fest.
you 100%
I'm
can.
not moderating anything either.
You 100% can. It's easier for a woman to pull off leggings than it is for a man to pull off joggers.
Totally.
Because joggers or women have cute joggers and cute leggings that you can dress up or dress down or whatever. But if I put on joggers to go anywhere, I feel people are just you look like it's a weird outfit of a mullet, right? You look nice up top, but you look like you're going to exercise waist down.
Yeah.
Which
I
would
always
be
look like I'm
which would be a
either
fool.
about to get in bed or exercise.
Which would be a fool, because everybody knows that. Like, I do not like exercising. So
Yeah.
like, these joggers are just to go grocery shopping.
Oh yeah. So yeah, yours would be next.
Me, okay. One of mine is a backlist.
Ooh.
So I thought that was interesting. So I was like, am I cheating a little bit? But like, I can't shut up about this book, and I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
Keep It in the Family by John Mars.
Oh.
I am obsessed. I read You Killed Me First. Absolutely loved it. Didn't think to myself, like, how's he going to top this? Because like, this is like, that book was like perfect for me. And now I'm purchasing and collecting and buying his entire backlist, all physical copies, because even his speculative thrillers, because I'm like, this man knows how to tell a story. Yeah. I bought one of them in Montreal, actually. I bought The One, which I think is the one where they like something
tells
like tells you who your soulmate is. Yeah, which I'm very interested to read, because all I've learned this year.
There's a Netflix adaptation.
There is?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I have to
It's
go.
already?
I have to go.
It'd be hilarious.
Bye.
Later,
I just hang up.
Yes.
Are you supposed to read the speculative ones in a certain order, or are they just in the same universe?
Dude, people debate that heavily.
Oh, really? Oh, did not know.
I have something saved on Instagram that he posted.
Yeah.
That was like, where the hell is it? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he has a post that's kind of like,
yes.
You don't have to, but if you were going to, this order.
Yeah, it says for speculative thrillers, all standalone books set in the same world can be read separately, but prefer to start with The One. And then he does like oldest to newest. So that's the direction I'm going to go in.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you hadn't read his other books before.
I had read The Good Samaritan years ago, and I remember really loving it, but I don't remember anything about it.
Oh.
So there's 3, actually, just to get on my little soapbox here. I have a wish list, and there's 3 books of his. When You Disappeared, The Good Samaritan, and Her Last Move. They're all being republished on July 8th with bonus material, like bonus chapters and stuff like that, and new covers.
Damn.
So I've collected what I could, and then I'm just waiting for those 3. And then once I have all of his psychological thrillers, then I'll move on to collecting his speculative thrillers, because I am a binger now. I loved binging Lucinda and Frida, and so John is my next one.
I really liked, what's the one with the yellow windows on the cover? What Lies Between Us?
Mm-hmm.
That one I
like. Yes, I have that one. I haven't read that one yet. But this puppy, I started it and like was fighting with myself to like go to sleep. Like I was like, I know I need to sleep, but like I couldn't. It was so good. Did you hear a buzzing?
Mm-hmm.
Was it me?
I don't know, but I heard it.
My door is open, so there's like a cicada sounding buzz.
Oh, that's nice.
It might be mine. Do you want me to shut it?
No.
Oh, it's like all kinds of creatures going wild right now.
I love
ambiance.
I love a bug sound from somewhere else that's not around my face.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So this one, Keep It in the Family, is about Mia and Finn, who are busy turning a derelict house into their dream home when Mia unexpectedly falls pregnant. Just when they think the house is ready, Mia discovers a shocking message scored into a skirting board. I will save them from the attic. Following the clue up to the eaves, the couple make a gruesome discovery. Their home was once a real-life murder house, with the evidence still concealed within the 4 walls. In the wake of their traumatic discovery, the baby arrives and Mia can't shake her fixation with the monstrous crimes that happened right above them. Tormented by the terrible things she saw, she's desperate to dig into the past to find answers. Secrecy shrouds the mystery of the attic, but when shards of a dark truth start to emerge, she realizes the danger is terrifyingly present. She's prepared to do anything to protect her family, but will the murderous figures from the past stop her from discovering their secret? This book is so freaking dark.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the darkest books I've read.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been craving dark lately, so
That is dark.
which is like, why does darkness like get me so attached? But it just does. There's something about like really dark ones where you're like, whoa.
That is my entire personality.
I know.
That is my entire personality. I'm like, oh my god. And the like, I don't know if it's like the last chapter or if it's the epilogue or whatever, but it's the epilogue, was jaw dropping. Like I was like, that just fucked me up. Because the whole book is dark and you're just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It was actually so dark that I kept thinking to myself, there's got to be something that's going to happen where it's not as dark as I think it is. And like some of this stuff like isn't happening, but no. No.
Can you text me on the side and remind me how it ends? Because I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to ruin it for Kate, but I don't remember. I want to know.
I am reading, so J.M. Cannon, Blood Oranges, Flash Girls, all of those, is writing, so she considers that her like crime fiction, and so she's writing under the name Jordan Cannon because she's written her first like psychological thriller. And I'm like right like smack dab in the middle of it, like right at 50%. And it's one of those where like something is off with everybody, including the main character. And you just can like, you feel so much how much you don't know. And you can like tell that it's something terrible, even though you don't know what it is. And I'm just like preparing. I really hope I can like get some answers tonight because it feels like it's gonna like be a similar feeling of darkness.
Damn.
Yeah. And it's a blue and yellow cover.
Yes, it is.
They always hit. They really do.
I could, like when she sent it in the mail, I hadn't seen the cover yet. It was right after we'd recorded that episode, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" But yeah,
how shiny it is.
Everything.
It's very shiny. The Perfect Neighbors. Oh, and it's another floppy. It's a floppy.
Her books are all really perfectly floppy.
The good flop ratio.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, dark is good. I don't know the last time I read a really dark one. I have to look back.
That's a good point.
If you need a recommendation,
I know who to call. I know.
To prison!
The audio listeners, Gare has gotten into dark male romance in prison, so he was showing the cover.
Dude, I know who to call if I need something dark, bitchy, or bleak.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's my legacy.
I don't know if this one. My next one isn't that dark, but it was rage-inducing, which I don't know why I like books that make me mad, but my next one is The Devil and Mrs. Davenport.
Yes.
And it has a lot of boxes that were checked for me. The first day of autumn brought the fever, and with the fever came the voices. Missouri, 1955. Loretta Davenport has led an isolated life as a young mother and a wife to Pete, an ambitious assistant professor at a Bible college. They're the picture of domestic tranquility until a local girl is murdered and Loretta begins receiving messages from beyond. Pete dismisses them as delusions of a fevered female imagination. Loretta knows they're real and frightening. Defying Pete's demands, Loretta finds an encouraging supporter in parapsychologist Dr. Curtis Hanson. He sees a woman with a rare gift, more blessing than curse. With Dr. Hanson's help, Loretta's life opens up to an empowering new purpose. But for Pete, the God-fearing image he's worked so hard to cultivate is under threat. No longer in control of his dutiful wife, he sees the devil at work. As Loretta's powers grow stronger and the pleading spirits beckon, Pete is determined to deliver his wife from evil. To solve the mysteries of the dead, Loretta must first save herself. Oh.
Bruce is ready. He's like, I want to read
The Devil.
He's here for
He's
it.
into it.
No.
He's into it.
That book was so good.
Yeah, I love like clairvoyance a little bit, some
FOMO.
female rage, a little bit of like anti-institution.
Yes. It was crazy because I read it at the same time that I was listening to Jesus and John Wayne, which was like all about how like right in that time period, 40s and the 50s, the way that politicians latched on to Christianity as a way to broadcast mass messages, but also control people. So it was crazy listening to nonfiction about that while I read that book, where like all of it is like, be a good Christian woman. She's like, no.
What was the
It's
one?
great.
Wasn't there a Jess Lowry book that was like set in that time frame too? It was like in like a cul-de-sac or something.
I think Bloodlines was one of them where she was a reporter and
Yes,
they went back to the family's house in this like idyllic little I will never call that book anything other than bonkers. Like what
that shit.
No, like I have to read that one too because every time you guys talk about it, I'm like, what is it?
You will not guess.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Like I don't know.
I need to convince my Bagless book club to read it.
So weird. Like so good.
Every Jess Lowry book like hits for like so many like Unspeakable Things was just like dark and like twisted, and I was like, oh my god, like when there's like kids involved, like holy shit.
Yeah.
The Quarry Girls was like one of the darkest things I've ever read, and like there's like a scene that's like emblazoned in my mind, and then like Bloodlines is just like batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's so weird. Like I remember being like on vacation when I was reading it and I just like was like, what?
Yeah.
And I will say like usually weird doesn't really work for me. I liked it.
Weird doesn't usually shock me.
Yeah.
But I was like, what the fuck is she doing? I love her.
There's a similar, okay, if we're talking about similar, so there's a similar element to the community in one of the Steinbeck and Reed books, her series. So I'm like, she doesn't, like, she just like always has those weird elements.
That's on my TBR this month is the Reaping, and then she actually DM'd me and asked me if I wanted her to send me a copy of her new one. The Laughing Dead.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I need to get it when it comes out. I need to get it signed.
So she's.
I have most of hers signed, I think.
Kate, you will love her.
Yeah.
I've got to read some.
Easily, like so bingeable and dark.
Yeah. So bingeable and dark. Everything
I
that
need
we
to
love.
Stop requesting stuff on NetGalley.
I know. I honestly was going to ask one of you guys to change my password, and then I just.
Amazing.
I'm like so sick. I've been so moody. I've been so moody. I'm like, here's my review. Post it. Here's the links. I'm out. And you guys do it. And then I'm like, Kate's busy. I can't do that to her.
Oh my gosh. Can I just tell you that this is so funny too? Because literally yesterday I received a DM, or maybe 2 days ago, a DM from someone who said, can you help me? What do you do when you get overwhelmed by your NetGalley shelf?
Oh.
And I was like, oh girl. I was like, you have to start getting proactive. You've got to stop requesting stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, NetGalley.
That's like
there's enough backlist that I want to read.
I was like looking and I was like, oh, like my NetGalley's down to
I think I'm down to 28.
I'm down to 12.
Freak me out.
I mean, these go into January of next year, so that's why it doesn't freak me out. And I'm almost done with June, so yeah. But it's a lot.
I got mine down to 12, but then I was like, I also probably have like 20 to 25 like physical arcs on top of that. Like 12 would be like, I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah. But like here I am, I have like 40 arcs in total that I have to read, and I'm like, I'm gonna read all of John Marr's like backlist, and I'm gonna read this prison romance series, which every book is 450 pages.
Whoa. Well, in defense of NetGalley, the next one I'm going to talk about, I did get on NetGalley this year, so this is why the cycle continues, because I loved this one so much. And it's called The Manor of Dreams by Christina Lee. Okay. Vivian Yin is dead. The first Chinese actress to win an Oscar, the trailblazing ingenue rose to fame in the 80s, only to disappear from the spotlight at the height of her career and live out the rest of her life as a recluse. Now her remaining family members are gathered for the reading of her will, and her daughters expect to inherit their childhood home. It's missing a word. Vivian's grand, sprawling Southern California garden estate. But due to a last minute change to the will, the house is passed on to another family instead, one that has suddenly returned after decades of estrangement. In hopes of staking their claim, both families move into the mansion. Amidst the grief and paranoia of the family's unhappy reunion, Vivian's daughters race to piece together what happened in the last weeks of their mother's life, only to realize they are being haunted by something much more sinister and vengeful than their regrets. After so many years of silence, will the families finally confront the painful truth about the last fateful summer they spent in the house, or will they cling to their secrets until it's too late? And this one is like horror. It is gothic. It is Hollywood related. It's a mystery. It's intergenerational. And probably the comps I never thought I would have together. And I've said it before, so sorry if you guys have already heard it. But it was like What Happened to Kitty Carr meets No Road Home by John Fram. Ooh. So it was like those being two of my favorites, but also never thinking I'd see a genre mashup like that. This one was just so fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
The character work is really cool, and like the gothic horror element is like very aesthetic and not the main focus really until the like final act. So also if you're like, I don't totally love horror, this one's not like what you think of when you think of horror.
Sure.
Kate's like, you will now.
Pretty much. That was like the meme I shared of Paige being like, and I love that for you. I was like, this is Steph and Gare with my really niche random books.
Yeah. That sounds like a Kate book.
I'm not one to talk because like I have never got that, like, you know, when you see like memes and stuff where like people are like, oh, and like the romance, but when like they finally like make eye contact or they kiss and you're like, I'm kicking my feet over here. I'm like, I like literally kick my feet to like the darkest, like craziest, most violent shit in a book.
Yes.
Not in real life, thankfully, but
I get that.
Speaking of that, this book reminded me of a horror movie. And I can't stop thinking about it, and it scared the shit out of me. I actually made one of my parents watch me take Murphy outside to go pee before he went to bed because I was afraid that somebody was going to come out of the woods and murder me.
Oh my god.
So, if you want the shit scared out of you, Night Watcher by Daphne Wollstonecraft is one of my favorite. Like, I like savored this. Like, I did not let myself rush through it. I like put myself in like timeout at times and was like, you're only going to read 50 more pages and then you take a break because it was so freaking good. She is the host of Going West, which is a true crime podcast, and I will say that all of the years of doing a true crime podcast, I think really like made her show up with this. Like, she was like, this is going to be my first book, but like you are going to be begging for another one from me because like mama brought out all the tricks. Ooh. So Nola Strait is being watched again. After an encounter with a notorious serial killer in the Pacific Northwest as a child, Nola has grown up and tried her best to forget her traumatizing night with the hiding man. She installed security cameras outside her Oregon home, never spoke of her experience, and now hosts Night Watch, a popular radio call-in show her semi-famous father used to run. When coincidences lead Nola to believe that she's being stalked and a caller on the Night Watch is in a live incident with an intruder in the caller's home, the description of whom is chillingly familiar, Nola is convinced that the killer has resurfaced and is coming for her. With the mysterious next-door neighbor lurking in the shadows, more people getting hurt, the police not taking her concerns seriously, and evidence pointing toward her own father, Nola decides to become, like her listeners, a night watcher herself and uncover the monster hiding behind the hiding man's mask.
I want to read this so badly.
It is what, like, there were probably 3 or 4 scenes that, like, actually petrified me. Like,
dude, the top review on Goodreads right now says, oh my gosh, the beginning of the book was absolutely terrifying. I couldn't sleep.
yeah. I would say there were 3 or 4 scenes in the book where I was like, all right, like, I want to know what's going on, but like, for my own mental health, like, I'm putting this down because I will not be able to sleep.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
The flashback with her encounter with the serial killer was scarier to me than Stalker by Lars Kepler.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
She brought it out. And like, I also feel like there were a lot of elements in this book that are very like feminist forward and like dealing with like not being listened to by police and like just how some things are more like scary for women and how women are in more danger in situations like this than like men are. So, but her character is a badass. She's a bad bitch. And I'm obsessed. I can't stop thinking about it. Like, I want to relive that experience all over again.
Oh my god.
I just want to read it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gare, did you ever watch that
Nola
one?
too.
Oh, go ahead.
I love the name Nola.
Yeah.
I do too. And she's a fucking badass. Badass. If they make this into a movie, Nola has to be Micah Monroe.
Oh, that would be so good.
Like, if you think of Micah Monroe and like Night Watcher or not The Watcher and Longlegs, and you combine them, that's Nola Straight. Oh my god, balloons! Yeah.
Your computer agrees with you.
It's like Micah Monroe for life.
Yeah, I love her.
Did you ever watch that one with Anna Kendrick that you weren't sure if you would like, Gare?
Yeah, and I fucking loved it.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
The way you just talked about like the feminist forward stuff, like really reminded me of that movie.
Yeah.
I'm listening. My audiobook right now is called Cue the Sun, and it's a history of reality TV in America, and it touches on that.
Really?
Because that was like one of the first like dating games, and I was like, oh yeah, this guy is creepy.
Ashley Flowers did a really, really good job with the episode of Crime Junkie that she did with that
nice.
that case.
Good to know.
Yeah, there was the ending to that movie was so satisfying.
I know.
With like the contrast between like what happened in the finale with him and like showing what he had done to some of the women. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I don't want to like talk about it too much in case people haven't watched it, but I was like on the edge of my seat. Like, is she gonna? Ah! Oh man.
Yeah, it was really good. And it made me not dislike Anna Kendrick as much as I did before watching it.
Oh yeah, that was what you were all worked up about.
No. Yeah, isn't that hard though sometimes when you're like, I mean, not that I really have strong feelings about celebrities that often, but I was just like, when you were excited about the concept of a movie, or if it's going to be a book you like is going to be a movie or show or something, and then you're like, oh, that's who they picked. Oh, okay.
Like, I was not always a huge fan of Anna Camp. But I'm watching the new season of You, and I'm like obsessed with her.
She's amazing.
I'm obsessed with her. She's actually going to be in Scream 7, and now I'm like super pumped to see her in the new Scream movie. Fingers crossed she's the killer, because if she's the killer in it, she'd be like one of the ghost faces that I was rooting for. Like, I love her. Like, Anna Kendrick or Anna Camp can do no wrong now.
Yeah,
she's so good.
There was one, and I was like, ooh, I feel maybe this is a little bit controversial, but I think there's a book that I like that's getting made into a movie, and I was like, oh, really? I will admit it, I'm not like a huge Dakota Johnson fan. I know.
I am basically Dakota Johnson.
You're not? Why? Oh, why do you think that?
Literally, she would be like, she's who I say if someone's like, who would play you in a biopic?
Really?
Look at her hair.
Oh.
I love her personality, unlike like Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, she cracks me up.
I don't, and it's like not even anything to do with that. Maybe it's just like been the movies that she's been in that I just haven't like. It's probably just like the characters that I really haven't cared for. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, what the fuck's the name of that?
Sorry.
Have you watched?
It's okay.
Did you watch the one that she was in with Olivia Colman?
Yeah, the something daughter.
Yeah, what the?
It was really, I really liked that.
I think that would change your mind about Dakota Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Netflix. I'm trying to find the name of it.
Lost Daughter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody's sexy.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, Maggie Gyllenhaal was the director.
Oh, she was? I didn't know that.
If it's Olivia Colman and Dakota Johnson, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
All right, maybe I just need to.
I mean, to be fair, like I don't like 50 Shades of Grey, so. Well, and Madam Web was notoriously a flop.
Most popular things.
Mm-hmm. Oliver Jackson Cohen's in it. That's a sexy.
Okay. But
yeah, no, I kind of get it with. I did not like Dakota Johnson when she was in 50 Shades of Grey, and really became. I love the movie How to Be Single.
That was good.
I thought that was so funny. And then she did Suspiria.
Yes.
And I love her in that. And then I love The Lost Daughter.
The Lost Daughter was good.
I'm excited to see her in Verity.
I know.
Oh, Bad Times at the El Royale. That's what I loved her in.
Oh, that's not coming up on this list. I always kind of wanted to see that. I think that's what I'm not like, I think that was the one that I was just like, who's going to be in Verity? And I was just like, oh, I think that's kind of how I felt. I just didn't picture it.
I felt that way when they cast Anne Hathaway as Verity.
I think like the two
other
of them,
girl
I was just like, oh, I thought they could have like amplified someone else. I think I pictured maybe like, I don't know, just.
I mean, almost nobody was excited about Blake Lively.
Yeah.
And that did not turn out like the good choice they thought it might be.
True. True.
Okay. But yeah. Do you have another book?
I know what to talk about for my last one. I'll talk about one I haven't talked about yet because I really liked it and it kind of like surprised me. I never really read like short story books, but I really liked The Secret Lives of Church Ladies. It's like this itty bitty baby book and it's like very short. But it just really impressed me because some of the book or some of the stories were only like 10 or 20 pages and I was like in it immediately. I felt like I was reading someone's diary, which I mean, that's fun and juicy. So
true.
Yeah.
The Secret Lives of Church Ladies explores the raw and tender places where Black women and girls dare to follow their desires and pursue a momentary reprieve from being good. The 9 stories in this collection feature 4 generations of characters grappling with who they want to be in the world, caught as they are between the church's double standards and their own needs and passions. There's 14-year-old Jael, who has a crush on the preacher's wife. At 42, Lyra realizes that her discomfort with her own body stands between her and a new love. As Y2K looms, Caroletta's same time next year arrangement with her childhood best friend is tenuous. A serial mistress lays down the ground rules for her married lovers. In the dark shadows of a hospice parking lot, grieving strangers find comfort in each other. With their secret longings, new love, and forbidden affairs, these church ladies are as seductive as they want to be, as vulnerable as they need to be, as unfaithful and unrepentant as they care to be, and as free as they deserve to be. And I was just like, this is not what I anticipated, and I love it, and it's juicy.
So this is probably going to be my next audiobook. I just saw that there is an audiobook version of it.
Yeah, it's probably really short too, but
it says 4 hours.
It's so raw. It's just kind of like what it was just describing, these stories of these people that like they maybe have like a connection to their church, or like their mom is like really like a traditional religious person, but they're like, yeah, I'm not, or like I'm still struggling and like have, you know, desire. It's good.
Now I want to get I've never been like a short story person, but I really want to read that now. And there's one called Never Whistle at Night that Vanessa Lilly recommended, and it's like all like indigenous short stories. And I'm really curious about that one now too. So maybe I will go from prison romance to short stories.
I keep seeing Never Whistle at Night too. I've seen it so many times and I've never.
I love the cover.
I love the cover too.
Picked it up.
It's so pretty. Yeah. Well, I think that's all we got for you guys today.